Hi lovely people, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Victoria. In today's tutorial, I'll be looking at how to cut and sew this stylish gown that have a side gathers and a collar. So this is what you're really interested in. Please stay tuned as you're about to start. And please, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please kindly subscribe as we start. So firstly, we'll be using our pattern paper. I've gone ahead to rule a margin of 1/2 inch. So next thing we'll be doing, I'll rule 2 inch to serve as our button line. So that is what I'll be doing. So in the next phase, you see that I've done it. So guys, this is what I mean. This first line is serving as a 2 inch for the button. So this is our front and then this is our back. It's just like a basic bodice. You get, so I'm just trying to demarcate it. So the place I'm writing now is the front, which is serving as a button line. You get, so that is just all. Then we can now start our proper measurement and start our drafting. So first thing we'll be doing, we're going to mark our shoulder to bust point. That is 10 inches there, just as you can see. So on our shoulder to under bust 13.5. Then from shoulder to waist is 16. Shoulder to hip is 25. So that is what I'm marking there. So anything I mark on this side, I'll definitely mark it on this side. So shoulder to bust point is 10, shoulder to under bust 13.5, waist 16, and then hip is 25. Then shoulder to hip is 25. So after doing that, I'll just go ahead to connect the line together. Note where I'm marking it from, it is where the 2 inch button allowance stop that I'm marking from. I'm not starting my line from the whole from the whole line. I'm starting from where the 2 inch allowance for the button stops. So the other part is just serving as our button allowance. So guys, after marking it, I'm also gonna have to extend it down to the back. So we'll just go ahead to label it. This is our chest line. I'm also gonna have to mark the chest line, bust point, waistline, and then all the necessary line. Now we are going to be putting our shoulder measurement. This is just like a basic bodice, you get. So putting our shoulder measurement, shoulder I'm working with is 15 divided by 2 is 7.5. That is what I just marked. On that point, I'll come down by 1 inch to serve as our shoulder slope. Then I also mark the 7.5 down there so that I'll be able to connect it together to have a straight line, you get. So after doing that, I'll measure from what I have there, starting from where the 1 inch stop. Then I'll take the midpoint and then go in by, initially it is for a normal cloth, we'll go in by 0.75, but since it is a collar and the up is broad, we are using 0.5, so we went in by 0.5. Can you see? So we'll connect that point from 0.5 to where our 1 inch stop for the shoulder slope. Then on that part now, I'll be putting my chest line. I'll be putting my bust measurement on the chest line, yes. So the bust I'm working with is 30 divided by 4 is 9 inches. So that is what I just marked. Then I'll connect it curvely to meet the armhole. So that is just off on the armhole. Now next we'll be doing, we're going to run our basic neckline, which is 3 inches by 2 inches. So the width is 3 inches and then the depth is also 3 inches, just as you can see. So after that, I'll just go ahead to connect it. So guys, after connecting the neckline, next thing we do, we're just going to mark our shoulder slope down. Yes, I've already marked the 1 inch, so it's just like connecting it now. So this is what I'm connecting. So now next thing we'll be doing is we are going to be imputing our dart. So on the bust point, I'll put 4 inches. Waistline, I'll put 4 inches, just as you can see. And also on the under bust and the waistline, I'll put 4 inches, even down to the hip and then down to the hem of the dress. So just like marking the 4 inches down, then I'll go ahead to connect it all the way down, you get. So that's that line, and that's what I'll connect down all the way down to the length of the dress. So now we're going to take our darts properly. So go to the waist, we'll go in by half inch, we'll go out by half inch, just as you can see. So after doing that, we'll just do our normal dart leg, just as you see. I'll do my normal dart leg, and then after that I'll do it down again. So before doing it, I'll just come down by 5 inches. Yes, since I'll not be extending it down to the hip, then I'll still connect it to form my dart leg again. I believe this is very understandable. So just like taking a normal dart. So next thing we'll be doing is we're going to be measuring our waist measurement. Waist measurement I have is 7 inches, just as you can see, but I had 1 inch to serve as a dart allowance we took earlier. Then I'll connect from the waist down to the bust point, just as you can see me doing like this. So now afterward, we are going to mark our hip. That is the hip that I'm marking. I believe you can see it. So hip is 9.5. The 9.5 is 38 divided by 4. That is the hip I'm working with. Then we are going to connect from that waist down to the hip, just as you can see me doing like this. So that is it. Now next thing we'll be doing is we are going to be working properly with the underbust. So for us to tighten our underbust, we're going to must measure our underbust. Anything we have, I think this is 8.5 here. Yes, that is 8.5 that we have. Then I think our underbust is 28 inches or so. So when you divide it, the excess that I have is 1 inch. So that is what I'm trying to do. So the excess that I have is 1 inch. So I'll place my tape and then make sure that I'll divide the 1 inches into the 2 dart legs. So 0.75 will go to the side front, and then 0.25 will go to the center front. So that is what I just said that I'm marking. So after that, then I'll also go to the this thing center where we did our armhole cuff. I'll come down by half inch, go up by half inch. You guys know this is a princess dart. Then I'll go ahead to connect it, just as you can see. I'll connect this. Now I'll also go ahead to connect the second one. So now this is just our princess dart. Now I'll just go ahead to connect the dart leg from our underbust down to meet the waistline, you get. So now next thing we'll be doing is we are just going to come down by 2 inches from our waistline. I believe you get what I'm doing. 2 inches from our waistline. You can go as you can do 1.5 or 2 inches. So I think I'll be making it of 1.5 inch here, but you saw that I do 2 inches and 1.5 mark. So from there I'll just try to curve the mark to fit into the dart leg that we dropped down, you get. So that is what I'm trying to do. So I'm just trying to use my hand to form it very well, you get. So this part is just all about your creativity. You just try to form the curve very well. Yes, so it's not something that is hard, so don't be carried away with the creativity like I just said. So after that, I'll just go ahead to connect from the hip line down to the hem of the dress. Just connect it straight down. Yes, I just connect it straight down. So guys, after that, I discovered that the line that I draw was not that much, so I made sure I still draw it properly again. You get, see the way I'm covering it this time around. So that is what I'll be doing. So that is all for the cutting. Next thing I'll be doing, I'll be putting one inch to serve as my allowance. So I was starting from the chest, bust point, the under bust, the waist, and then down to the hem of the dress. So that you see that I've put the 1 inch all the way around. So that is all for the front. Now for the back, we just go ahead to do our normal basic bodies. So this is the armhole that I'm doing, normal armhole. Then for me to do my armhole cuff, the neckline for the back I'm using is 3 inches by 1. That is the width is 3 inches, just as we use for the front, but the depth for the back is 1 inch. You know the back is high. Yes, so that is it. And the back doesn't have zip. Discover that part, the center back is well closed. So this is me putting the dart properly so that we can see it very well now. So I'm gonna have to do the basic for the back. So next we'll be doing, we're going to insert in our princess dart. So I'll just connect it straight from where we mark our dart down to the mid of the armhole curve, just as we did for the front. But the front we did 2 lines, but the back we are just going to be doing 1 line in order for it not to be too curvy. The back is straight, is flat. It doesn't have a bust to cover a hem, but the front has a bust to cover, so that was why we did like that. So next thing we do, we just come down by that our 1.5 inches, then we'll curve our curve like that, just as we did for the front. That is where we'll be attaching the gathers again. So this is me trying to draw my usual nice curve. So that is all for the back. Let me use the marker in order for it to be very bold. So that is what I'm doing. It is not a new thing. So both the front and the back, they are almost same. The only difference is just the neckline and then the way you place your darts. But coming down and everything, they are almost same. Yes, so they are almost same. So after that, I just got to mark my 1 inch for the allowance. I took allowance for the front, so that is same allowance that I'm marking for the back, just as you can see. So I'll just go ahead to mark the allowance all the way down to the hem of the dress. I believe you can see it very well. So I'll just go ahead to connect the curve neatly to meet up the allowance also. So next thing we'll be doing is, this is the back and then this is the front. I believe you can also see it very well. I'll just go ahead to cut it out, cut out all the little excesses. You see the way that I'm cutting it? Yes. So this part is going to serve as where we'll be putting our gather. So see the way I'm marking it, 1 2 3 4, I slash it so that when we want to fix our gathers, it is going to be a slash and spray method we'll be using. You see the way I cut out the front, so that is how we'll go ahead and cut out the back. And guys, this is our finished look for the cutting. I believe you understand it. So that is all for the cutting. Now we'll be using this fabric for the sewing aspect. I've also gone ahead to cut it out on the main fabric, just as you can see. You get. So that is all for the cutting. We'll be continuing with our sewing from the next video, because this video is very long already. I don't want to add the sewing. So please, next video will be the sewing video. Bye, and see you in my next video.